What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Half Chrome today, doing something a little bit different. You can see my setup's a little bit different than normal. What we're doing is we're doing the FPV challenge. So every day, let me turn my volume down here on the computer. Every day, I'm going to fly FPV, acro FPV on a simulator for 10 minutes or more. And my goal is to get better at flying acro. And one of the best ways to do that is to get in the simulator. Now we're using liftoff, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm going to do this every day for a month for 10 minutes or more. Now this is day 3, actually. So I'm going to get on. You can kind of see where I'm at, and then we can kind of gauge our progress. Now I'm not just doing it myself. Chris, who also, produces videos on the channel, he's going to do it as well. Now Chris has never flown acro really before. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. Plus, my son, Jackson, come over here.
Hello.
The camera's over there, bud.
Oh.
So Jackson, how old are you?
I'm 11.
He's 11. And have you ever flown acro before?
No. I don't even know what that is.
He has flown some drones, but he hasn't flown acro. So he's on day 3. We're day 3,
day 3.
Yeah. So we started on Saturday. So we're going to get to it. Now, this is something that I absolutely recommend you do if you want to learn how to fly manual mode, if you're flying a DJI drone or acro or rate. It's called all of those things. It's the same. And, the most important thing here is to find yourself a remote controller that's good. This is the Radiomaster TX16S. And it's really nice. It's a multi-protocol radio, and it'll fly almost everything. Now, it will not fly my DJI FPV drone. But the good news is you can also fly the DJI FPV drone with one of these simulators. You can use the remote that comes with it, plug that right into your computer, and get going. Now, I've flown a few different simulators. What we're using today is Liftoff. It is my favorite. I love it. It's a little bit more customizable. I feel like it's just a little bit more realistic. FPV Freerider is probably the most economical one. It is good. And also Velocidrone, really good as well. Now, if you get the DJI FPV drone, you get a simulator with that. I think it's called DJI Simulated Flight or Virtual Flight. I think that's it. And while it's not my favorite, it also works, and you can fly with the remote. Now, it's important that you get a remote that you're going to use to fly your drones, and that's the remote that you use in the simulator. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll get on here. If you guys have questions or comments or suggestions while I'm flying here live, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and I'll get to that. So there are a couple of different ways to do this. Let's go ahead and get liftoff going on my computer here. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so we've got liftoff going here. It's again an excellent simulator. This drone here, I customized it in the liftoff software with some motors similar motors to ones that I've used, props that I've used, a battery that I used. I changed the rates. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about any of that stuff. But the goal here is to learn acro. And a suggestion that I have for those of you, if you bought the DJI FPV drone and you're new to learning how to do this manual or acro mode, when I fly angle mode or self-level mode, and I do that especially when I'm flying indoors or my Mavics, I fly with my thumbs, right? And I thumb. But when I fly acro, I pinch. And I just find that for whatever reason that works for my brain, and it kind of helps me separate the two. So while I'm flying here, I'm going to fly pinch mode. I'm going to pinch here, and I also find that it gives me a little bit more control on the sticks. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get into a race. Now I'm going to fly freestyle here at the end, and you can kind of see how I do. Jackson here is going to fly freestyle only. He's not quite ready for the race, but I think that is where you're really going to learn some of those nuances and turns and stuff. Like I said, I've flown acro before, but you know, I'm not as good as I need to be. Hence the dedication to this. So this is day 3. We're going to go with an infinite loop so that you can kind of just see, you know, if I happen to complete one of these courses. Which one do we want to go here? Let's go Autumn Fields. That sounds kind of pretty. Sweater weather, walk in the park. We'll just start with the first one. You know, obviously the goal is to fly a real drone. And at the end of this, we're going to get out and we're going to show you the skills we picked up on a real drone. Both me and Jackson here, we're both going to fly real drones after flying the sim. But this is a good place to start. You can see there's some different things in the on the screen here. You can see my stick inputs are showing there for you. Look at those guys. They passed me already. You know, one of the things, turn in here. Oh, tree. Look at that, right?
Trees.
Okay, now I'm back on course. We're going. What do you think, Jackson? Think I got this? Ooh.
There's a lot of trees.
There are a lot of trees. That's making this difficult for me.
Team trees.
Team trees. All right. Ooh, just got passed again. Ooh. Crash. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the reset button again. Yeah, like you can see, I'm not a pro here. Hence the reason for doing this. You know, last night we live streamed with I was anticipating to turn the other way. Marvin from the Drone Inspector. I don't even know where the course is. Just do a little bit of freestyle, flippity flip. Where am I supposed to go? I don't know. But Marvin, the Drone Inspector, the Gadget Inspector, he's also going to join us. I don't know if you're familiar with his channel, but he does some drone related content as well as some others. Where am I going? I need to pay attention.
You have to go to the right.
There it is. Yep, there. I got to go to the right.
Trees.
You know, those guys that do this, you know, for a living, Nurk, Vanover, I mean, they're legit. Like those guys, they're good. You know, you don't realize how difficult this is until you really tree until you do it. So, you know, you can see, you know, this is day 3 and I obviously need some work. We got someone talking about Velocitron. Velocitron's really good. Don't get me wrong. I like that one too. I kind of, for whatever reason, my personal preference is this liftoff. Ooh, did I miss that gate? I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
I did miss that gate. So they're not going to count it for me. But I'm just going to keep going here just so that you can kind of, you know, the goal here isn't for me, you know, to show off how awesome I am, but rather to get some practice. So there's that gate I missed. So I'm back on track. You can see what's going on. You know, turning, missed that one too, I think. No, I got it. I got that one. So it's all about getting better. And, you know, hopefully at the end of these 30 days, you can see that I've kind of progressed. 53-second lap.
Well, that was because you missed it.
Oof. All right, let's see if I can cut my time down. You know, I apologize, you know, if I'm all over the place here, but you know, again, that's how we learn, right? Ooh, picking up some speed.
Be like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So Jackson, you can kind of show off some of your freestyle skills here. I think I'm kind of getting dialed in here. 27-second lap. So I definitely, I'm getting better as we go. Ooh, wrong way. Trees, branches. Here we go. Team trees. All right. So did I? Yep. Yeah, I did. Gosh darn it. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to pick up the speed and give it a little bit more throttle. Let's see. Ooh, that was
trees.
Pull a little power loop in. All right. Out of fly zone. No, I don't actually. All right. So now I'm going to let Jackson get his turn, but he's not quite ready for the race course. You know, if you're new to this, there's actually a really nice tutorial here. I suggest you go through that. We did that the other day. I told him it was like homework. He was not super super excited to do that. But he does like doing the freestyle. All right, Jackson, show him your skills. Hop up there, buddy.
If somebody says it's like homework, don't do it.
All right, what All right, so we're gonna do freestyle. What level do you want to do?
Straw bale.
Straw bale.
I want to beat my record.
All right, so he's got some scores in here already. You know, that's kind of one of the fun things about you know, the sim here and doing the, you know, the freestyle is, you know, you get a score. So it's like a video game. So he kind of likes doing the flips and the rolls. Remember, we talked about you want to pinch, you don't want to just put your finger on there. You remember?
Yeah.
All right. So you can kind of see he's got the general orientation of the drone down, but he does need some practice. All right, so Jackson, do you think you could fly low to the ground and see if you can follow the fence? Now turn one way or the other. Ooh, see if you can follow the fence. There you go. That's good. Head over towards the barn here. See if you can get towards the barn. Nice, nice. Are you gonna go into the barn? Into the barn? No. Oh. So, yeah, you know, the goal here is to, you know, kind of talk about learning this acro and, you know, the fine motor movements and kind of understanding and learning and developing.
No, the tree.
Developing some muscle memory. So, you know, if you are interested in, if you're interested in doing this or getting better, throw us a note, shoot us an email. Here, let me throw our email here. Uh-oh, here, hold on. We'll get you going. Here, right back here. Hold on. We got kicked out there. Drones at halfchrome.com. So if you want to join us on this FPV journey, you know, take some video of you flying simulator, real life drone, up to you, and send it to me. Right, I'll throw you in our YouTube video at the end of the month. You know, and show the progress that you've made. You know, it's kind of a fun deal. Like I said, sorry, Jackson. I'm trying to work the stream here.
I know.
I'm doing it. He's doing it. You know, it's fun. You know, some of the comments here. My computer's too darn slow for running sims. You know, that's true. You know, liftoff here is one of the more CPU intensive simulators, but I think the FPV Freerider might be something that you could use on a computer that isn't, you know, top notch, right? So, you know, you probably don't need the world's best computer to run FPV Freerider, and you can actually lower some of the settings, some of the graphic settings. You know, this looks really nice, but it doesn't have to, right? So you can kind of dial that back a little bit. You know, Love My Drone says, none of my birds fly like that. They're too floaty. You can actually, you know, if you're into,
adjust that.
Yeah, you can adjust it. Yeah, Jackson's right. You know, if you can find, there are some determined drones, you know, already on here, and you can, you know, if you have one of those, it'll fly like that. You can change your rates to be more consistent with the way that you fly, right? So again, one of the, you know, the reasons that we're flying this drone is it's going to be similar to drones that we actually fly. This is one of my favorites, and I built it. It was the first one I've really built, and I'm using the DJI FPV air unit on it. The picture on this is great, and people will say, you know, how do one of these compare to the DJI FPV drone? Well, you know, this is faster, it's more nimble, it's more agile. The picture on this is great, right? If you're going from, you know, a traditional, come over here. If you're going from a traditional like analog clock to something with DJI, you know, the picture quality is amazing. And actually you can toggle the picture quality on this. I think, is it C, Jackson?
Yeah, C. No, you clicked R.
I clicked R.
Oh, wait, no, you didn't. It was over.
So you can kind of simulate some of the analog feel. It's still going to be better than most analog. But the digital FPV feed is better. Now, the DJI FPV drone is so much better than analog. it's better than these new FP or the old air units as well. So I love it. Initially, I wasn't a big fan. I found it, I kind of wanted it to be like one of these, and it's not that, but it'll do some of these floaty moves, kind of the flow style. If you want to do some more flow
Okay, go in the
FPV,
barn.
go in the barn, hit it, man. So I've really learned to like it. Long range, it's fantastic.
No,
I got to get through the other
I
side.
I did it. Aw.
So yeah, it is a fun drone. It's not the same as one of these, but it is really a good quad. And if you really want to get some fantastic shots, you're gonna want to learn how to fly it manual mode and full manual mode where you can do flips and rolls and stuff like that. So come join us and do the FPV challenge. Just
Nice.
knocking stuff over as I move around. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Tried adding weight and it didn't work. To try to not make it so floaty. That's interesting. Yeah, flying a sim isn't going to be the same as flying a real drone, but when you crash one of these like Jackson did here,
Sometimes you could get back up.
well,
I've done
sometimes
it before.
yes, you can, but it's not going to cost you anything. You're not going to break anything. You get back in the air. So while I agree that there's nothing like flying an actual drone, this is the place to start, right? I like grabbing, something like this Radiomaster. If this one's a little pricey, you can get one of these for, I think the basic model is 119, 159 is the multi-protocol module. But if that's pricey, you can get the Jumper T-Lite is what I'd recommend. That's $75. It's a gamepad style. It looks something like this. Yeah, like his Xbox controller. And that'll control almost anything. If that's even too pricey, I would suggest grabbing the Beta FPV light radio. That's like $40. But again, it's gamepad style, like my my X Lite on the wall here, and those work with Sims too. So I would suggest checking that out. Yeah, you're welcome. They call him Diet Seth. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for checking that out. Let's see. Check the chat out. Things are going well. Jake Strode life. No complaints here. I don't. There's no need to complain. Yeah, you could. There are simulators like for the Xbox. I downloaded one not too long ago. I forget I think it was DRL.
Yeah.
DRL, right? And I just didn't like flying it with the Xbox controller on the Xbox. It
wasn't as fun.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, you want to slowly step into FPV. What do I think about the turtle mode on the DJI FPV drone? David Martin Graff asks. And have I tried it? And the answer is no. And let me tell you why. Because I crashed my FPV drone, and I messed up the props, which no big deal. I have a second set of props, and the props are $15, so they're not cheap, right? Like you can get props for regular drones for, $4, a whole lot cheaper, yeah. And when you turtle, right, a lot of times those props will be hitting the ground. I don't have extra props to do it. So, one, don't crash. Two, I wouldn't encourage you to enable turtle mode because it'll help you save your drone. Say it's stuck in a tree, maybe you can turtle out, or at somewhere where you can't get to it, you can turtle and come back. But I don't recommend turtle mode unless turtle mode is like something you do if you can't get to your drone, especially with the 5-inch quads. With these little tiny whoops that I fly around my basement quite a bit. I'll turtle them. But when you turtle, you run the risk of getting something stuck in the prop and burning out an ESC or or trashing a motor, and that you just don't want to do that. Yeah, I mean, sure, you could get. What are you doing? Fly, homie.
I know. I like doing this.
Yeah.
I go all the way up.
Yeah. See that you're right. There are some drawbacks to to flying in a sim, because he's sending it to the moon and now he's diving straight down. He does that with one of those quads. Yeah, we got another problem.
Hey, it's fun though.
Brad over in London is waiting for you to fly through the barn. He wants to see you. He wants to see you hit those gaps.
All right.
David Graff, I wonder if you can enable turtle mode on the DJI joystick controller. I find that controller interesting. Yeah, you can. No, for sure, you can enable it. You actually have to go in through the menu in the goggles. Dude, ooh, that was a sick roll, Jackson. That was a nice move.
I've never been in the barn.
They're calling. They want to see you fly the barn.
I'm not good at getting. Oh, I was, but.
All right. So now it's my turn. I'm gonna fly one more quick session so you guys can see my acro skills. So Jackson, what I was saying see how I'm holding the things like this? I'm pinching, right? So all right. So people want to see. All right, I'll get to the barn here in a second. I've been working on this juicy flick. So you go up over some. Oh, that was terrible. And then you kind of. It's a half flip and a roll. Oh, I see. I'm flipping a little bit too much. All right, let's get to the barn. See if we can get.
It's right there.
There it is. All right, we're gonna go up and over it. There's that juicy flick, kind of. All right, we'll get through the barn. Here we go. Lower gate. Boom. A little bit of power roll. We'll come back. We'll do it again. We'll go high.
7 seconds.
7 seconds.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Got
kaboom.
cleared.
Oh, hardly. It's fun.
I like it.
Let's do this. Let's go. Let's get a session in, people. Retry. I wonder if I imagine you can set the time limit, right? So it's giving me a 1 minute score, which is, go ahead. All right. All right, bud. He's going to bed. I'm gonna finish this up here. But yeah, guys, join us with the FPV challenge here. Let's get a little power loop in. Kind of. I didn't hold that quite long enough. Do a little bit of roll in here. Where's that barn again? So yeah. So we're flying FPV. We'd love for you to join us in the FPV challenge here. See if we can juicy flick this, make it look cool. See, I think that just can look so cool if I could smoothly hit it. You kind of pan away, but anyway, I just we figured we'd jump on, do a quick little live stream. Let's get that off there. Quick little live stream. Tell you what we're doing. We'll keep you posted. I got 2 drones in the mail today. I'll grab them. Sorry, I'm coming. This is the Beast Pro 2. This is the only Beast that I haven't owned. They sent me this, and then they sent me some speaker that I attached to the Beast Pro. I think the Beast Pro 2 is actually better than the Beast Pro 3 because it tends to be a little bit less expensive. And then this is the Mark 300 Pro. It comes in a nice case here, but you can see this thing. I haven't even taken these things. I'm charging the batteries. I haven't even taken pictures of these things yet. But this thing's got. They say this is depending on what you read. This is a 4K or a 6K camera. It's got a 2-axis gimbal. in some pet hair or something. That's a bonus. So I'll be flying this. I got a drone coming on Wednesday, which will be the FEMI X8 Mini, I believe. It's supposed to be here on Wednesday, so I'm excited about that a lot more than these. So anyway, let me check the chat here. Yeah. So yeah, get out there and fly. We're gonna be flying the sim on days where it's cold and windy. It was just incredibly windy today. Couldn't get outside if I wanted to. But yeah, get yourself a controller, get yourself a simulator, and get flying. So thanks for checking in, everyone. Thanks for checking in, and we'll catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Happy flying.